Back so soon? Don't worry, I'm glad you're back. Because if you didn't come back to watch these videos, then that means I would be talking to myself. And I don't want to be that guy just talking to himself. But before we go on with the video, y'all already know the 3 things I need you to do for me. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and share this video so someone else can do the exact same thing. And if they don't, then we're coming after them. How many of y'all are into the rap songs that glorify the raunchiest things like deletion, hoism? How many of y'all like the movies where the bad guy's being chased and he's shooting everything and he's shooting everything up? The cops are shooting at him, things are blowing up, everyone's got bulletproof vests on, they're getting hit all over the place, no one is dying. How many of y'all have seen that? A lot, right? Most of the population only sees the violence that goes on. Most of the population, they're not about that life. They don't live that life. They've never lived that life. They are just spectators. They're watching. They're observers. They observe those people living those types of lives. They've never experienced it themselves. They've never been through it themselves. The most they probably got was a paper cut. Or their latte wasn't made correctly. Facts, right? You might be one of them watching this video. You know you were mad at the Starbucks barista because they didn't make your latte right. That's the battles that you fought. That's the only battles you know. And that's a good thing. But I like to bring awareness to the other side of life, to the other side of the tracks, where it gets dirty, where it gets grimy. And when I say grimy, I am talking about people being set up. You've probably seen the stories, heard the rap songs about a female setting guys up, and it does happen. In that life, living in that life, it does happen. It happens more often than y'all know. It happens more often than y'all know. Just because you watch a movie here and there, and then you forget about it. You go on with your life, right? You see a music video, and you forget about the song 2 months, 3 months from now, and you go on with your life. Well, some of the stuff that they're rapping about, some of the stuff you see in the movies, it's happening. It's real. It's not just play. There's people out here being deleted. Yes, it's happening. And just because you don't see it doesn't mean that it's not happening. But we have today 2 stories for y'all. I'm going to share 2 stories with y'all, right? About watching the people that you surround yourself with, because sometimes they will get you hurt. Sometimes they will get you hurt. And when I say hurt, they may not be the ones doing the hurting. They set you up. And it's not just females. It's not just women setting men up. Their best friends set them up too. They get backdoored. Look it up. Look the definition of backdoor. They get backdoored. Now, you have a good imagination. You have a bright imagination. I'm pretty sure you can figure out what backdooring someone is when you're a male, when you're in the same clique, when you run with the same gang. Yes, backdoored by their own people. And sometimes just the guys that are around them that don't like them or are hating. So we're going to get into the 2 stories that I have for you. And first, it starts out with a young man who had just left his best friend. Well, I guess they're all best friends because they're all in the same sets. So he left his best friend's funeral and went home. Now he gets a phone call from a young woman. She's asking to come over. And of course, that's a very dreary time for you. Burying somebody, especially one of your people. Yes, that's a dreary time for you. And you want some companionship, which he so happened to want that night. And so he invited her over. He told her, come on. Come on. But usually she is the one asking him, hey, can you come pick me up? Can you send an Uber for me? But on this night, she didn't ask about an Uber. So she comes over, he opens the door, lets her in, and they start vibing as usual. But he says that he can feel something is off. Something's off. He feels that something is off, and he can tell. That's why they call it vibing. That's why they call it vibing. When you're vibing with someone, you are picking up on their energy. And so her energy that night was not the same as it was on previous occasions. And now he starts thinking like, wait a minute, how did she get here? And he asks her, how did you get here? Usually I go pick you up or I call you an Uber. How'd you get here? Oh, I drove. That's what she said. She told him she drove to his house. So now he doesn't think anything of it, right? And he's still thinking like, yeah, something ain't right. When she says, I'm hungry, I want something to eat. And of course he's going to feed her. So he takes her to Mickey D's, McDonald's. Yes, don't laugh. Not all of y'all are eating $200 steaks every night, or every week for that matter, or even in a month. So don't laugh. He took her to Mickey D's, the Golden Arch, AKA the best fries in the world. I'm not gonna lie about that, even though I stay away from that. But while they're in the car outside of his house, he starts thinking, wait a minute, where's the car that she drove? So he asks her, what car did you drive? She points to the neighbor's car. But see, my man was never home. He was never home. He's a hustler. He was never home. And so he wasn't sure about the cars that were there, but he felt like something was still off. And so he started remembering seeing that car there before, and he questioned her about it. Wait a minute, I swear I've seen that car before. This car has been here before. And she said, well, I drove this car here. And he didn't go further into it with her. They drive to McDonald's, and on the drive, she is steadily texting. He's driving, she's steadily texting. Are y'all still with me? At every turn, she's texting. See, that was another red flag, and he caught up on it. He caught up on that. Now, let me take you back before they hit the road. When they were sitting outside of his house, he actually thought about going upstairs and switching out his gun. So he did that. He went and got a bigger gun. He went and got a Draco. Yeah, that's how much he felt. It was just off. That night was off. And he even said that if he would have thought about it more, he should have told her to go home. Whenever you feel like the vibe is off between you and someone, yeah, it's probably time for y'all to split. Especially if they're at your house, yeah, it's probably time for them to go. And then let me get back into the story. And now they are riding the Mickey D's, and she's texting at every turn. And he's seeing this, and he's thinking now like, okay, something ain't right. They get their food, head back home. When they get home, he opens the door and starts walking upstairs. Guess what? He hears someone say, what's up now? He doesn't think nothing of it. He's thinking that his partner, who's upstairs in his apartment, is playing with him, is joking. He don't see anyone. So he starts walking up the stairs again when he hears, oh, you think I'm playing, don't you? And that's when he stops, turns around, and he's got 4 dudes, no masks. And they up on him. Yes, they up on him. By this time, I'm pretty sure his heart was pounding. It had to have been pounding. His adrenaline was running through his veins rapidly. It had to be pounding. He probably didn't know what to do, and he probably knew what was going to happen. He knew what was about to occur. You have to remember he had his Draco with him too. But there's 4 guys in front of you who have upped on you, and you have a Draco. Yes, you might be able to take out 1. You might be able to take out 2, but you got 4. So the other 2 are probably going to light you up. So either way, you're done for, right? That's what he was thinking. Then he starts thinking about his man who's upstairs. And maybe if he gets loud enough and keeps getting louder, his man probably hear him, grab the strap, and come out shooting. That doesn't happen. And so while he's having a conversation with these guys and they are asking him, yo, where's the money? He says, There is no money here. They say, I know I didn't come here for nothing. Where's the money? He says, we don't have any money here. There's no money here. He hears, boom. Now, they say that when you're shot, sometimes you don't even know it. You do not even know it. You may run around. You might sit down, start talking. You don't even know that you've been shot. You don't even feel it yet. Your adrenaline is pumping through your body so rapidly that you do not even feel it. And so he didn't know that he was shot yet until his knees buckled and he felt weak and he just couldn't stand anymore and fell to the ground. He hears footsteps going by him. Doop, 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 doop. He hears a knock on the door. Boom, boom, boom. And then he hears them kick the door down. Boom! By this time, he's laying on the ground and he's thinking, do you know how many things must have been running through his mind at that certain time? He was thinking. He could hear, but he wasn't coherent. He could hear. He couldn't do anything. He said he couldn't even feel his body. He just felt like closing his eyes and going to sleep. And so when he heard them kick the door down, all he heard was shots. Shots, pow, 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 pow. Shots until there were no more. And it got silent. He didn't hear anything else. And now, the guys run out the door. They leave. He's able to get up, go inside the apartment. He says that it's so dark you can't really see. But his partner, who was asleep on the couch, was still asleep on the couch. And so he sat on the couch next to him. Now you have to think about it now. He's in and out of consciousness. He's going in and out. There's so many things running through his mind right now, besides for the adrenaline running through his veins. And he's having a conversation with his homeboy who's not speaking back, who's not answering him. But he doesn't think nothing of it. So he gets back up, tries to go to the neighbor's door, gets there and starts knocking. Oh, it's a fake knock. He feels like he's knocking so hard that he could shake the building, but it was a faint knock. His vitals were faint. He was weak. He couldn't knock as hard as he thought he was. But no one came to the door. As much as he knocked, no one came to the door. He fell down to the ground again, and that's when he heard the sirens. When they came into the building, started asking them questions, put him on the stretcher, he kept telling them, yo, my homeboy is in the apartment. My homeboy is in the apartment. My homeboy's in the apartment. You need to go get him. And they told him, yeah, we got him. He said, no, I don't see him. My homeboy is in the apartment. Y'all need to go get him. Now, while my man is dying, he is still thinking about his homeboy inside his apartment. That's how much love some of these guys have for each other. That's how much love they have for each other. He's not thinking about himself. He's thinking about his partner who is in the apartment and might be hurt. And so he refuses to go anywhere until they get his partner, and they go get the second stretcher, go into the apartment, and by that time, he passed out. He wakes up in the hospital, and the first thing he asks is about his partner. They tell him that he's had 3 surgeries and he's been out for 3 days. He asks about his partner again. They tell him he's downstairs. He's good, he's downstairs. Tube running down his throat. He wakes up again. He asks about his partner. What's my partner? They tell him he's downstairs, not knowing that when they said he was downstairs, meaning he was in the morgue. He was in the morgue. That's usually where the morgues are in the hospitals, downstairs. And that's where his partner was. He didn't make it that night, but my man made it. And he was also able to tell this story because he survived being set up by a female who he trusted, and a female who showed those red flags, and he did not think twice about it. He could have lost his life. His partner lost his life on top of leaving a funeral of one of his other partners. That's how quickly these guys are going. That's how quickly they're going. You may not see it. We glorify it in the music, but that's how quickly they're going. This isn't a movie. It's real life. And it brings me to the next story. 2 guys hanging out, partners in the same gang. meet up with another guy that they are chill with, another guy that rolls with them. He starts bragging about having a rollie. He's like, yo, I got this rollie right here. I'm thinking about selling it. I came up on the lick. And so the other two guys, they start thinking, yo, that's an $80,000 watch. We need that. Now, see, they didn't say all three of them. They were talking about the two of them. We need that. So the next day, they invite their homeboy over. Yo, meet us at such and such block. We'll go to such and such house. Their homeboy's not thinking about it. He's still bragging about the rollie. These are young cats. These are young guys. A rollie to them is like a Bentley. Matter of fact, a rollie to them is a Bentley. So they come up with the plan to meet him, in which he agrees to meet them. They meet up on such and such block. See, we're not going to get into all that. We're not going to get into too many details. It's none of our business anyway. But after they meet up, they start walking to such and such house. They're rapping, kicking it, telling stories. No one is thinking twice when a guy comes up in the mask and ups on them. Yo, run your pockets. All three of them stand there frozen. They don't say anything. My man with the mask asks them again, run your pockets. My man with the mask tells them again, run your pockets right now. So the two guys, the two best friends, start running their pockets. The one who has the watch, he's looking like, yo, what is this? What is this? My man with the mask goes to him, pistol whips him, starts handling him roughly. Yo, what did I say? Run your pockets. Now, the other two guys are just standing there watching. So my man with the rollie is already the wiser. He's already thinking, like, wait a minute, what's going on? Why is he focused on me? Because my man with the mask was focused on him. Run your pockets right now. Give me everything in your pockets. So after my man gets pistol whipped a few times, he runs his pockets, gives him his wallet. No rollie. No watch. And so my man with the mask starts to search him. Yo, I said run your pockets. So of course my man with the rollie is thinking now, like, is he looking for something specific? Because I just gave him everything in my pockets, but he still thinks that I have something valuable that he wants. He just can't say it. See, my man with the mask already knew what he was looking for. But my man with the rollie didn't have it. He didn't bring it with him. And the two other guys, of course, they were still standing there, froze, acting as if they were being robbed as well, when they're the ones who set it up. They're the ones who set up their own partner to get robbed. They're the ones who set up for one of their other partners to do the robbing. See, all four of them were in the same set. All four of them were in the same gang. All four of them were in the same clique. Yeah, all four of them knew each other. Who came up with the plan to rob my man with the rollie who was bragging about the lick that he caught the day before. That goes to show you that you cannot trust too many people. I can't say you can't trust anybody, because there are trustworthy people out there. But when you're in that life, there are certain things that you can and you cannot do in order to survive. Not to mention, besides keeping your head on the swivel, looking left and right every chance you get, being prepared to jump at every turn, you have to watch the people in your circle. You have to watch the people who are supposed to have your back. You have to watch the people that you're supposed to trust. You have to watch the people who say that they love you, because there's no love in the streets. When you're living that life, there is no love. These guys just don't understand that. That's why you will have certain cliques that start beefing with each other. Or you will have one gang split up into two blocks, two different blocks. They live parallel to one another, and they're beefing. One block is beefing with the other for whatever reason, because there is no love in the streets. There is no love in the gang. The gang don't love you. Shit, the streets don't love you. Not to mention, if you're in that gang, you obviously don't think your people love you. That's the only reason why most of these guys are joining these gangs, is because they don't think anyone loves them, but yet the gang tells them that they do. And in order for them to show their loyalty, they have to do things that they normally would never. And you have to watch the people who are supposed to watch your back. You have to watch the females who you sleep with. Trust and believe, there's nothing they won't do to reach your demise. Until next time.
If you like this video, like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more content.